Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich have hit the ground running, playing scintillating football under his leadership. Kompany's tactical approach has transformed Bayern into a high-intensity, dominant force, winning his first 5 games in charge whilst dismantling the opposition with ease. His focus on attacking play, relentless pressing, and disciplined defense has Bayern firing on all cylinders. Here is how you can recreate his tactics in FC 25. The 4-2-3-1 formation has been the preferred system for Vincent Kompany during his time at Bayern Munich. Vincent Kompany is all about controlling the different phases of play, and having a double pivot that is capable of rotating the ball in those central areas whilst also setting the tone of the game is very pivotal in establishing Kompany's style of play. This system is designed to try and get the best out of Harry Kane, having him be the linchpin in the attack. But this has not been the only formation instilled by Vincent Kompany. He has also gone ahead and implemented the box formation into this Bayern Munich side, allowing for his side to gain complete dominance over the opposition with that midfield four, allowing for Harry Kane to really be able to play in his false 9 role very effectively, dropping into the midfield space and really being able to combine with the players in and around him. Progressing on to the team tactics, and Vincent Kompany is a manager that knows exactly how he wants his side to play, being able to successfully build their attacks from the backline regions, looking to dominate the opposition in their own half, rotating the play consistently, looking to maintain possession as much as possible, whilst looking to create loads of scoring chances for the centre forward. Now that means that the build-up style of play should be set to short passing. This will allow for lots of passing sequences to occur in those central areas, drawing the opposition centrally before firing the ball out wide to the wingers and having them create chances from those wider zones. Vincent Kompany's side are all about aggressive counter-pressing, and that is why for the defensive approach it should be set to aggressive, with the line being left on 95. You do want the side pressing high up the field, having the likes of Harry Kane and the rest of your frontline players aggressively asserting themselves on the opposition's backline, potentially causing turnovers and mistakes from the backline of the opposition that may lead to swift transition counter-attacking opportunities. Now you will see that when out of possession of the ball, the side will set up in a natural 4-2-3-1 system and shape that can also morph into a 4-4-2, having likes of Musiala pair up with Harry Kane high up the field, looking to press and probe the opposition's backline. Now, of course, with the short passing build-up play, it does limit the amount of long balls that you will be able to successfully play, but that does not mean that you will not be able to play them at all. We've seen in the past that with the likes of this current Bayern Munich side, the likes of Manuel Neuer, Kimmich, Pavlovic, maybe even the likes of Harry Kane are all capable of being able to collect the ball in those deeper zones and then fire those longer passes out wide into the wider zones or potentially into runners just in behind the opposition's backline defense. Onto the individual player roles, we'll start off at the front with Harry Kane, who will be set to play as a false 9, with the focus being set to build up play. Kane is well known for the ability to drop quite deep at times, combined with the deeper lying midfielders, and really looks to try and facilitate the play. This role will successfully allow him to recreate that in FC 25, whilst also being able to interchange with the likes of Jamal Musiala in brief moments, allowing him to play as the number 10 with Musiala looking to attack the central space. But even with these roles set in play, you will still see the likes of Harry Kane being a poacher in the box, looking to get on the end of those potential crosses or cutback opportunities himself and be the world-class striker that Bayern Munich expects him to be. The role for Jamal Musiala will be set to playmaker, with the focus being set to roaming. Now essentially you want Musiala popping up in the half spaces, allowing him to be the productive number 10 that he can be, whilst also looking to interchange with the likes of Harry Kane, allowing for Kane to drop quite deep and Musiala to take up that centre forward role himself. Musiala is well known to be able to combine in those wider areas of the pitch, looking to work in tandem in those half spaces with the likes of the wingers. We've also been able to see in brief moments so far this season, especially against Wolfsburg, Musiala was able to drop quite deep at times to get on the ball and look to try and help facilitate and really push the tempo for this Bayern Munich side. The left midfielder's role in Serge Gnabry will be set to being the wide playmaker, with the focus being set to attack. This will allow Serge Gnabry to mix his run patterns and attack the half spaces or attack the wider zones and potentially go ahead and whip in those crosses or cutback opportunities for the striker or even the number 10. The natural positioning of this role for Serge Gnabry will allow him to combine very efficiently high up the field alongside the likes of Harry Kane and of course Jamal Musiala. Whereas the right midfielder of Michael Olise will be set to the role of winger, with the focus being set to balance, and this will help him patrol successfully up and down the right touchline. This will allow Olise to be able to create those attacking movements from that wider right space and successfully allow him to take on his fullback in those 1v1 situations. Now you will also see the likes of Olise come inside a fair amount, looking to combine with the likes of Olise as well as Harry Kane, especially when Guerrero is looking to overlap the right winger. The double pivot of Pavlovic as well as Joshua Kimmich will be set to the same role and instructions, and that will be deep lying playmaker as well as roaming. You want them to be able to roam higher up the field if needed, looking to try and overload and overwhelm the opposition in that final third, maybe even looking to rotate the pace of play on the edge of the box. Now these two players will be in charge of trying to break up the play in those central zones, trying to disturb and disrupt the opposition's offensive rhythm from the midfield. But not only do they have that role, but they will also be looking to drop quite deep at times, dropping into that first phase of the build-up play, being very important and instrumental in trying to set the tone for this Bayern Munich attack. Onto your left back, and the likes of Alphonso Davies will be set to the role of false back, with the focus being set to balance, and this will successfully allow him to join up with the midfielders looking to combine in those central areas, but also looking to create those underlapping runs for the left midfielder. Now, we have also seen the likes of Alphonso Davies overlapping the left midfielder when he does come inside a bit more, looking to combine with Musiala as well as the number 9. And we do tend to see Alphonso Davies overlapping and looking to create crossing opportunities from those wider spaces. But that is more to do with the box formation, which we will speak about soon enough. Whereas your right back will have the same role as Davies, looking to play as that false back with a balanced focus. He'll be able to combine very efficiently with the double pivot in those central zones, but even looking to overlap them at times and get further forward high up the pitch, looking to try and combine in those final third areas with the attackers. Now, Sacha Boey does have a very different role compared to the likes of Rafael Guerreiro. He'll be more of an attacking wing back in the system, looking to combine very effectively down that right touchline with the likes of Olise, who will be allowed to drift inside a bit more and combine with the number 10 and the number 9. So the likes of Guerreiro and Boey do have very different roles as the two right backs. Your two centre backs in Upamecano as well as Kim Min-jae will have the same role and instructions going forward, and that will be being the ball playing centre backs, looking to try and collect the ball from the likes of Manuel Neuer and progress it further forward, whether that's playing a line breaking pass further forward into the attackers, or potentially just being able to be composed and calm under pressure, looking to play through the opposition's press and really establish a successful attacking platform. Now, both of these defenders are very good in the air and can successfully dominate the opposition with the aerial duels. This also means that they can be very physical and they can definitely play in a high line, as likes of Dayot Upamecano does have a lot of recovery pace in order to try and catch the opposition attackers who are looking to make those runs directly in behind your back line. And it goes without saying, but the goalkeeper for Bayern Munich will be the likes of Manuel Neuer, and his role will be set to being a sweeper keeper, with the focus being set to balance. Now, in previous FCs and FIFAs, we haven't really been able to see a proper sweeper keeper role implemented, but now we will be able to successfully be able to do that, with the likes of Manuel Neuer being able to run off of his line and also be very involved in the build-up play higher up the pitch. Neuer is very well known for the ability to be calm and composed under the opposition's press, looking to play through the lines of their press at times, or even being able to play those longer balls further forward into the attackers. The goalkeeper is always looking to try and get the attack moving. So as you'll see, this is the formation without the ball, but with the instructions and the roles implemented, it will more or less take up a shape very similar to this. And that does mean that you will see the likes of Olise hugging the right touchline, with Gnabry and Davies combining in that half space area. And you will see the likes of Harry Kane as well as Musiala combining very much so in this number 10 role, looking to interchange positions at times. Now, when it comes to the 3-2-4-1 box formation, Vincent Kompany doesn't really want to change the style of play too much. The build-up style should be set to short passing, with the defensive approach still being set to aggressive and the line being set to 9-5. There will just be a few roles and instructions that do change for certain players. Now, for the player roles for this system, the likes of Harry Kane will still maintain the false 9 role, with the focus being set to build a play. You will still see him dropping quite deep at times, looking to combine very effectively with the deeper lying midfielders or even the midfielders in and around him. Of course, with him dropping deep, it does open up a lot more central space for either or of Jamal Musiala or the likes of Serge Gnabry to attack that central space themselves. And speaking of Serge Gnabry deployed in the left attacking midfielder position, his role will be set to half winger, allowing him to drift out wide and combine very nicely with the likes of Alphonso Davies down the left-hand channel, but also looking to attack the half spaces quite effectively. The focus for Serge Gnabry will also be set to balance, allowing him to drift in and out of those central spaces and those wider areas. For the right attacking midfielder in Jamal Musiala, he'll be set to the playmaker role, with the focus being set to roaming, as he'll be able to drift all over the place and mainly in those central areas, looking to combine with the number 9. Your right midfielder in Michael Olise will have the same role as before, wide playmaker, with the focus being set to attack, as he will look to attack a lot down that right-hand side and look to effectively combine with the likes of Guerreiro, Musiala, and even the likes of Harry Kane when he does drift out wide, and look to really try and create a lot of attacking rhythm down the right-hand side. And I mentioned the likes of Guerreiro because he'll also be set to playing as a half winger, looking to interchange with Olise, and with this role set in place, it will force the likes of Olise to attack the half spaces quite a bit, allowing Guerreiro to at times overlap the natural right midfielder and create crossing opportunities from that wider right space. Now Guerrero will be deployed in that central role himself, looking to combine with the likes of Pavlovic and also be very effective in that first phase of the build-up play. Guerrero does have a nice free role in the system, and it can also allow him to drop quite deep at times and defend as a right back. Whereas Pavlovic will be a bit more of the defensive midfielder in this position, looking to protect the back three or even at times the back two, with him looking to sweep up just in front of them and break up and disturb the opposition's build-up play. His role will be set to holding, with the focus being set to defend. Now this is where the likes of Alphonso Davies will be looking to attack the left-hand side a fair amount, overlapping the left midfielder from time to time and creating attacking opportunities from that wider left space. His role will be set to wide midfielder, with the focus being set to defend, as you will also see him being able to successfully drop back at times and help formulate a back four defensive system. Your two natural centre-backs in Kim Min-jae as well as Daya Upamecano will be set to the same role and instructions. Of course, they'll still be very important in that first phase of the build-up play, collecting the ball from the goalkeeper and distributing it further forward. But for this specific set of instructions, you want them to be the stoppers, you want them to be the aggressors, you want them to try and cover for the likes of Kimmich, and mainly you want them to be able to defend successfully the wider spaces, and that is what Kim Min-jae as well as Daya Upamecano can successfully do with this formation. Now the role of Joshua Kimmich is going to be that right-sided third centre-back. Now, the likes of Vincent Kompany does want a lot of control, especially in that first phase of the build-up play, and we have seen successfully this season Kimmich dropping into the back line, being able to collect the ball in those deeper spaces and then progress it further forward, looking to really set the tone and dictate the tempo of the game. A very similar role to what we saw the likes of Toni Kroos have with his time at Real Madrid, or even during the Euros with Germany. We saw Toni Kroos doing it on the left-hand side, dropping into the space, collecting the ball, and then really spraying those passes wide, spraying those longer passes if needed, switching the play very effectively. And that is exactly what the likes of Vincent Kompany wants Joshua Kimmich to do in this system. And then, of course, the likes of Manuel Neuer will be set to sweep the keeper, with the focus being set to balanced. And this is what Bayern Munich will look like when in possession of the ball. You will see combination plays occurring between Harry Kane as well as Musiala. The same can be said for Olise and Guerrero, with Guerrero looking to overlap him a little bit more. Whereas down the left-hand side, you'll see a very good balanced attacking, alternating run patterns between the likes of Davies as well as Gnabry. And then in your backline, you'll have Pavlovic, Daya Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, as well as the ball-playing centre-back in Joshua Kimmich, who will be looking to consistently progress that ball higher up the field at all times. Anyways, people, that is how I would go ahead and recreate the likes of Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich tactics for FC25. I really do hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you don't mind smashing the like button down below, let's celebrate the first official tactics video for FC25 on the channel. And if you would like to join up with the Brom Squad Gaming Discord server, if you have any questions or anything of that sort, we chat everything FC25, we chat everything real life football, and maybe I might not know the answer, but maybe somebody on the Discord would. We have a great community developing on Discord, so if you would like to, it's free of course. The link will be down below in the description for you to go ahead, click on and join up with the Brom Squad Gaming Discord server. Anyways, I'm out of here. I hope you have a smashing goddamn day, and yeah, I'm gone.